Hey y'all, here again. No, you're surprised. Another day, Briamaine is on your live stream. I just want to check and make sure that my live is popping up. Let's see. She's live. Alright, mute that. Okay, so hey y'all, Briamaine here again for another Black History Month live stream, I guess. I'm trying to go live as often as possible in the month of February, and here we are again. Today is February 9th for me. I believe it's the 8th for a lot of you back in the States, but here in Bangkok it is the 9th for me. So yeah, let's keep it going, keep these live streams moving, and just keep these connections and conversations happening. So today's topic, I'm actually like a little bit excited about. I've struggled a little with being like, oh my god, if we're gonna go live every day, like what are we talking about, but I want to talk about things of substance, things that can actually help other people. So I wanted to give my top 3 tips for how to stay productive in 2025. I don't know about you guys, but for me, like, productivity is like the most important thing this year. It was even important in 2024, but I feel like for 2025 it's like even so much more important to me because like there's just so much I want to do. There's so much that I need to accomplish. There's so much that I want to see before I clock out. So I'm kind of just like on it, and trying to be way more productive than I've ever been pretty much at any other time in my life. And I'm a pretty productive person, honestly. So I wanted to give 3 simple tips, simple ways that you can start your own journey of productivity this year. I know a lot of content creators will say, hey, buy my ebook and I'll tell you how to get your life together, blah 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 blah. Like, I don't want to be that kind of person. I'm kind of more just so like, let's have a serious conversation right now. Like, there's some very simple things that you can do to just kind of start your productivity journey, honestly, or just start leveling up your productivity. And I want to share that with y'all today, at least what I do and what helps me. So if you're into this kind of content, inspirational, motivational, I don't really know what to call it, like, hit that like button for the video. If you're not subscribed, join me. I will be doing more live streams like this, just chatting, having like lifestyle conversations with you guys about how I live my life, how you guys live your life, and how we all can help each other. And of course, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified the next time I go live or post a vlog, short, any video I do, whatever. So let's jump right into it. I told you guys in the thumbnail of this that it's 3 tips, and I'm serious about that. It's literally just 3 tips. It's not anything crazy. It's nothing that you couldn't have come up with yourself. But these are 3 things that really work for me, and hopefully this is going to help somebody else out there. So the first tip for staying productive in 2025 is waking up early. A lot of people are probably like, wow, really, Bria? I'm telling you guys, this is not like anything crazy. It's probably stuff you heard before, but realistically, people out here who are being successful and achieving their goals, and they're being productive, and they're getting more done in a 24-hour span than most of us get done in a week. It's typically because there's more hours to their day. So I feel like waking up early has really changed a lot for me, and I think that it can do a lot for you guys as well. So in my experience, my goal is to wake up at 5:30 a.m. Do I always do that? No, I'm not perfect, even today I slept in till like 9, I think, and I gave myself an excuse like, well, you were up late last night and you live streamed and you did, I mean, whatever excuse you want to give yourself. But at the end of the day, if you can get up early every day, there's so many more hours in your day for you to be productive, for you to get things done, for you to have self-care, like going to the gym, eating a healthy breakfast, maybe meditating, reading a book, doing things like that before you really like jump into starting your day, or having to work, or having to give time and energy to other things outside of yourself. So I think waking up early is so slept on. Like, honestly, like, some people obviously have different work schedules, school schedules, whatever it is. So I get that. I'm not talking to the people who are like, well, I can't wake up early because I work the night shift. Like, no, I get that. But for a lot of us out here, we typically all have a similar sleep schedule, and it's really just like be awake during the day and go to sleep at night, you know. And I feel like if you can be comfortable with waking up before the sun rises, with getting something done before the sun rises, like, I think that you will even see how much your brain operates differently during that time period than it does when you are at nighttime, for example, or during lunchtime. Like, waking up early, your brain is firing just like at a different level. Like, I come up with my best ideas. I brainstorm during that time period early in the morning. It's quiet. You kind of feel like the world is asleep and you're able to kind of like think a little bit more clearly. It's not so many things like boggling you. But seriously, guys, like, during the daytime, like, you're gonna be having other people, other things influencing and like boggling you. If you can wake up early and like have that personal time to yourself, it's gonna do a lot for you, especially if you write to-do list. So that kind of goes into my second tip. Let me see what I said specifically, because I don't think it was write to-do list. It was make a plan. Yeah, make a plan. So whatever that looks like for you, I know for me, I use my computer. I used to write everything down. So anything that came to mind that I needed to do, accomplish, that I wanted to research, look into, I always wrote it down. And that's how I was able to get it out of my head, get it on paper, and then be able to come back to it and then see, like, okay, did you accomplish this? What do we need to do to accomplish this? So everything was written down. But, you know, it's 2025. We have technology. A lot of you guys can just write it in your cell phone if an idea pops in your head or something you need to do pops in your head. But overall, more than just making a to-do list of stuff you want to accomplish, it's really making a plan. So I have a schedule Monday through Sunday or Sunday through whatever, you know. I have a schedule and I have listed out every day what I'm expected to do for my brand. I also have listed out every day my morning routine, which obviously I want to accomplish every day. And then I also have listed out tasks like watering my plants. And then other than that, like, that's my daily like go-to list. Like, I kind of like live off of that list. Like, if I'm ever just like wondering, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do today, I look to that list. I have a plan of what I want to accomplish for that day. And then to top it off, I have that to-do list that's like, okay, I'm constantly writing down things that I know that I need to get done, because let's be realistic, like, you're gonna have to add to that to-do list on a regular basis. It's never gonna be like 100% done. And even when you feel like you're done with it, the next day, oh, I need to do laundry, or oh, I need to go to the bank. Like, you're always going to be adding things to your to-do list, but your daily, weekly schedule needs to be something that's consistent, and you have to be disciplined enough to actually follow the schedule, you know? So I'm going to jump in here and look at the comments. It looks like we have a good amount of comments right now. But those were 2 tips already, you guys. Wake up early. Even if you don't like it, I promise you, waking up early is going to make a big difference for your productivity. And then making a plan, whatever, writing a to-do list, having some type of disciplined schedule looks like for you. Do it, because it is going to help you accomplish your goals, be productive, and get things done. So let me see. In the chat, King Football 35 says hi. What's up? FBA Kush Boy 420 says hey, bae. Let me see. Pulala Psychishore Chowdhury. I almost said it right. Says hi. What's up? Aloha Aficionado says have to make a plan. For sure. There was a time period where I didn't really have a plan, and I kind of like enjoyed it. Like, I was like, I wake up, I do whatever comes to mind, like, I just live my best life and I just go with the flow. And then I realized, I was like, okay, stuff is not getting done that needs to get done. how are we going to stay on top of everything that gets done? Like adulting, like seriously, like there's things that you don't want to do that you need to do. For example, laundry. For example, washing your ass. For example, washing dishes. Like there's things that need to get done, especially if you live, you know, in a home. And it's like, okay, well, maybe that's not the first thing on my mind to do when I wake up is to wash the dishes, but like if that's on my to-do list, like I make sure that I check it off my to-do list. It could even be something as simple as like, oh well, take the recycling out. One of the most boring tasks ever, but it needs to get done. And when you have like a to-do list, you're going to be more likely to get things done. When you have a disciplined schedule, you're going to be more likely to do everything that you need to do, which involves showing up for yourself, showing up for your home, you know, maintaining a home and your lifestyle, and also showing up for, you know, your career path and the way that you make income, and making sure that you're being productive and you're doing as much as you can, because no one's going to show up and do it for you, you know. I've had days where I just want to like lay in bed and do nothing, and I have to tell myself, I'm like, you have a whole list of shit you need to accomplish today. Like, you got to get up, honey. Like, you got to get up. And I think it's helpful, because if I didn't have that list, I probably would just stay in bed, let's be honest. Let me see. I think it says, Daryl says, I wake up at 4 a.m. every day. Yeah, I have some friends who wake up 4:30, 5. Like my goal is 5:30, and oftentimes I typically don't even get up till like 6:30. But I feel like with having the goal of waking up at 5:30, it at least allowed me to get up at 6:30. Because like I said, even today I slept until 9, and typically like I don't want to do that. So 5:30, that's when my alarm goes off, and then I have another alarm that goes off at 7 a.m. So of course, if you're not the type of person who like likes to wake up early or wants to wake up early, like I would recommend setting a few alarms and just, you know, trying to stick to it until it gets normal for you to kind of be up a little bit earlier than you're used to. Even an extra 20-30 minutes a day is going to be helpful until you get to the point where like, okay, I'm waking up, I got an extra hour or two before I really start my day, you know? Because think about it, most people wake up just in enough time to like get ready for work or get their kids ready for school, and then they just go right into starting their day. Like they don't even really have that much time for themselves. So I feel like when you do wake up early, you give yourself that time to kind of like decompress and also get mentally prepared to attack the day and have your best day and be as productive as possible, like vibrate on the highest frequency that you can, you know. But I've been a grumpy person. I've woken up late and I'm rushing and I didn't eat breakfast, and now I just feel like my day is trash. It doesn't have to be like that if you wake up early. So that tip may not work for everybody, but I do think that it can work for a lot of people. Nick Will Travel says, good rising, queen. Thank you. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night to everybody, wherever you're at in this beautiful world. Nick Will Travel says, guys, kindly let the likes reflect the views on the live stream. I really appreciate that. I have a lot of people who join into my live streams. Not sure how many of them genuinely care about me or what I have to say, or if they're here to just, you know, spread negativity, but I'm here for it. I'm tough, you know, let's go. But thank you for reminding people to hit the like button. If you guys are enjoying this stream, it helps out my channel. All right, so I'm gonna go into my last tip because like I said, it's 3. That's it. That's all I got for you guys, and I think it'll be helpful because a lot of times it's like there's not some book you have to read or some code you have to decode to like figure out how to be more productive. It's very simple things like get up, get your day started, have a plan for what you want to accomplish. And my last third tip is hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable and also reward yourself. And what I mean by this is that, for example, if today I'm like, one of the things that I want to accomplish is cardio, I want to get a certain amount of steps in, so I want to go walk the track on my roof, or for anyone, walk around your neighborhood, or whatever, you know, walk to get lunch or something. Like, I wanted to get a certain amount of steps in for cardio. That's kind of like one of the last things I want to do. So in order to hold myself accountable for that, if I don't do my cardio, then I'm like, well, I'm not gonna go out and have drinks with friends. It doesn't make sense for me to go out and have drinks and then you didn't even do your cardio, you know. So that's holding yourself accountable, where the things that you expect yourself to accomplish, you need to do them, and if you don't do them, there is some type of consequence to that. And that's just how life works. Like, there's consequences to all of our decisions, you know. So even if it's not doing cardio, it could be something work related. Like, if you're a content creator, you could say, oh, I'm gonna go live today and I'm gonna post a short, and if I don't do that, then I'm not going to go out to eat. I'm gonna have to cook for myself at home, which is something maybe that you don't enjoy doing, you know. So just create that kind of discipline for yourself, almost as if you were your own parent. Like, if your parents like, okay, well, if you don't eat your vegetables, you don't get to watch TV or like something. I don't know, I don't have kids, I don't know how that works, but you get what I'm kind of saying. Like, have consequences to your actions. That's how you hold yourself accountable. And then on the other side, to balance that out, is to also reward yourself when you do what you're supposed to do. So like, when I tick everything off my to-do list that I had assigned for today, when I complete my morning routine, and when I did all of my brand work that I assigned for myself for that day, it's free for all for me personally. I'm like, you did everything I expected you to do. Do whatever you want. You could go do some crack if you want to do. I'm just kidding, guys. I wouldn't do that. But you get the point I'm trying to make. It's like, just go have fun, do whatever you want, work hard, play hard. I don't care, as long as you're being productive and you're getting shit done. Like, that's my perspective on things. And I feel like it's really not that difficult if you look at it in a more simple way. Like, okay, I want to be more productive this year. I'm going to try and wake up earlier. I'm going to make sure I have a to-do list and kind of a routine for what I want to accomplish for the day. And I'm going to create some disciplinary boundaries, whereas if I don't accomplish those things, there will be consequences. And if I do accomplish those things, there will be rewards. So it makes me want to continue down this path of just getting shit done, being productive. I'm like, I'm ready to get more stuff done off my to-do list, because there's going to be some type of reward at the end of it. Maybe that could be, oh, I'm going to order food delivery in tonight and I'm going to watch one of my favorite movies and just pig out, you know, like, whatever that looks like for you, it can work. So I think these 3 tips hopefully are helpful to somebody out there, because that's what's been working for me personally. I don't think I do anything crazy different than any other regular person, but I do think I wake up with intention, and I have goals set for me to accomplish on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and then I also have goals for monthly and yearly basis as well. Those are a little farther out, but if you can focus in on the daily goal of just like, I want to get up early, get my day started, do my little morning routine so I can have some self-care, you know, like set up a to-do list so I know what I want to accomplish for today, and make sure that I accomplish those things. And if I don't, there's consequences and also rewards. So that's what I have to say about that, y'all. I'll read the comments and then I'm gonna get up out of here, because I decided these live streams, I could go all day, but realistically, I want to say what I have to say. If you guys have anything that you want to comment about what I'm saying, or have any questions, anything, throw it in the chat. And then if not, I'll leave it at that. And then I'll see you guys in the comment section. So let's see. Bloodhound says, good morning. Good morning. Jay Steele says, hello from Newport Beach, California. What's up, Jay Steele? Thanks for joining the live stream. Lewis. Oh, well, I'll just ignore that one. It was a joke, Lewis. Sylmia says, hello. Hi, how are you? And again, guys, I'm not that good at like saying everyone's names, but I try my best. So Mia says, example of consequences. And then I see lower here, you said consequences that's not like denying good food, etc. So consequences typically for me, and that will look different for different people depending on what you find as a consequence. So a consequence for me would be like watching movies or like social media or you know, reality TV. I would be like, I'm not gonna watch that. I'm gonna be on my computer researching, working, doing whatever I have to do, because I look at that as a luxury. That's something that I do when I'm not working, when I don't have other things to do. It's like, oh, I could sit and just watch some TV. For some people, it may be like denying good food, you know. For some people, also me, it may be denying activities. So if I have friends like, hey, let's go out and hang out, I'm like, no, I can't go out because I'm not doing what I need to be doing right now. So consequences look different for everybody. It just depends on what you consider a consequence. So what you often do that you find fun, that maybe you could be being productive instead of doing that, I would consider that like a consequence. Let me see. Candace Callan says, that's part of why I'm moving. I can't seem to find any focus in the rat race. I just signed my lease for my condo a few days ago. I'm staying with my to-do list now. Now starting. Yeah, I understand. The rat race is very difficult. I'm very blessed to be not in it at the moment, so I can understand how frustrating it is still for a lot of people. But if you can stay focused on what you want to accomplish, like, you will see some changes, especially if that's what you want to get out of, move, whatever. Like, just stay focused on your goals, what you have to do, what you need to accomplish on a daily basis. You're gonna see changes. It's just, I typically tell myself, like, I use this strategy, like, I use several strategies, but one of them is one step at a time. And it seems really simple, but it's like, I'll have like a whole list of things that I want to accomplish leading up to whatever the end goal is, right? So if your end goal is like, okay, I want to move abroad, but there's like 50 different things that you need to do and accomplish before you're able to do that. I just do one step at a time. I'm like, you can either take the hardest task or the easiest task, and it's up to you. And if you're not feeling it, I'm like, take that easiest task, just one step, just do one thing, knock it off your list of things you have to do. That's good. Some people recommend that you take the harder step kind of strategy, where it's like, okay, you need to take the hardest thing on your to-do list and knock that off first. That way everything after that just becomes easier. So it depends how you want to look at it, but I found it a good strategy for me, especially on rough days where I don't want to do like, I don't want to do anything. I will just take the baby step, one step at a time, and be like, okay, I'm going to knock off as many easy steps off of my to-do list until there's something where I'm like, I really need to get it together to get this done. But obviously, you can do that in reverse as well. And then another strategy that you can use is to just break it up in blocks, you know? Like, one thing I do is say, like, okay, well, there may be a whole list of things I need to accomplish. What can I just accomplish today? What can I accomplish within this week, you know? And then you just break it down. And then each day you accomplish what you can do. A wise lady once told me, she was like, I was working corporate and I was like, it's just too much. I have so much work on me. And she was like, Bria, just do what you can do. That's all you can do. And I was like, is it that simple? She was like, is it that simple? She's like, just do what you can do. You can only do so much, you know? So I'm like, okay, you usually have some big task or something you want to accomplish, and it's going to take a lot of effort, but I'm like, just do what you can do. And that's productivity, really. Productivity is showing up for yourself and doing what you can do that day, that hour, that moment, that week, whatever it is, you know? So you're going to get to where you want to go. And then when you get there, you're not going to realize, like, how much work you put into getting there. Like, all of that is the productivity it took to just show up on a daily basis. Let me see. So Mia says, you pronounced it right. Yay. And that's a beautiful name, by the way. I love your name. Oh, it's jumping. Hold on. Candace Callan says, I'm starting my daily to-do list now so I can expedite the move and get a jump start on productivity. Fun comes, really. Yeah. And you know what? Having a to-do list, like, it could be stressful because at first you're just like, oh my God, I'm writing out all this stuff I have to do. But the fun part is when you start crossing stuff off. Like, honestly, when you just start crossing it off and you realize, like, I'm getting closer and closer and closer to achieving my goal. Like, I can visually see myself getting closer to achieving my goal. Like, It's a different feeling. Like, I know for me, when I don't write out what I need to do, like, it's overwhelming. It's all in my head, and I'm like, oh, you need to do this, but you need to do that, and we accomplished this, but we also need to do this. So I'm like, when you write it down and you just see, like, okay, there's 8 steps that I need to do to accomplish this goal, and you're like, boom, 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 like, that's a good feeling in itself as well. So, yeah, do that list. Do that to-do list. Hold on, y'all. Let me get that person up out of here. It's so sad that I have to do this. All right. I think they're gone now. American First One says, hey girl, I just transitioned to female and have just started my first period. Tampon recommendations for super heavy flow. No, I don't have recommendations for that for you, love, unfortunately, but there are plenty of YouTube videos you could probably research that have recommendations for tampons. Best of luck, love. What? Candace Callan says, it's too early. Sorry for the typos. LOL. No worries. I know it's early, y'all, but this time has been working lately. It's been working. Like, we got some people who kind of troll a little, but when I do it, when it's kind of the evening for you, because it's morning for you guys, it's evening for me. So when I do it flipped, it's like I get less of interaction. I don't know if it's because maybe people are working or sleeping or what the case is, but in the morning, it seems like a pretty decent time. So Mia says, I try giving points for each activity. It was actually too much to keep track of. The points would like get me hair care, stuff I care about. I'm thinking one thing works and is time blocking. I do agree with that, time blocking. So my schedule that I have is kind of similar to a schedule you would have going to school, where it's like, okay, well, I have 8 different classes I need to take, and I'm taking from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. I'm taking this class, and then from 10:30 to 11:30 I'm doing this, and then I have a break for lunch, and I have different things like that. Like, time blocking, I do utilize that because I find that it helps me to have like a balance of like, okay, I'm working, then I take a break. I might watch, or scroll on my phone for a second and eat lunch or do something or eat a snack, and then like get back to work, and like have certain time periods where I focus on certain work. So time blocking can work for a lot of people, but if you're not good at kind of dedicating certain time periods to doing certain tasks, and you just kind of like want to work on whatever task works for you at that time, that's when I recommend the to-do list, because it's like, okay, you have a list of things you need to do, just pick one and get it done during this time period. What works most for me is the to-do list. So Mia, a to-do list and then a daily routine list. So there's certain personal ways that I show up for myself, like doing my Pilates, doing my cardio, and then there's ways that I show up for my brand, posting schedule, going live, doing vlogs, and then obviously my to-do list of just stuff that has to get done, even with just home stuff that needs to get done. Like, I need to mop my floor. That's been on my to-do list for days now. Bosan Hero says, nice girl. Fazo Rezem says yes. Candace Callan says, I have to do the hard stuff first. Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of people. Like, doing the hard stuff first works. It just has not worked out for me. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I just don't be feeling it sometimes. So Mia says, oh, when I give myself transitional tasks, that helps. Yeah, especially when you have transitional tasks that are like easy to accomplish. Me taking out my recycling is one, because I'm like, I just have to bag it up, take it down the hall, dump it in the recycling, go back to my condo, and I'm like, it's something that I hate doing, but it's like a transitional task that I'm like, just do this, and then you can go do something else real quick, and I'm still getting things done. So Mia says, Candace, if you're like me, easy stuff might get you into the routine. Having the hard stuff first can make you not want to do it. That's been my experience, but I have also experienced when you do the hard stuff first, everything does really become easier. So it just depends how you look at it. It's different strokes for different folks, like, And really, it can depend on the day. Like, some days I'm up, I'm ready, I'm productive, I'm like, let's go. I'm ready to do like the hardest task first. And then some days I'm sluggish, I don't want to get out of bed. I'm like, I'm over this. Like, maybe that would be a day to be like, let's just start a simple task to like get the ball rolling. And as long as stuff is getting done, it's productive. Like, as long as something's getting done, it's productive. Candace Khan says, at Sylmia, it's harder for me because I'll create tons of busy work and no productivity. I like to clear the hard things first. Yeah, I can relate to that because I find myself doing that and I have to check myself. Like, I find myself like double tasking. So I'll like write clean the kitchen on my to-do list, and then I'll write clean the dishes. And it's like, Bria, really? Like, if you're gonna clean the kitchen, you need to clean the dishes. Like, stop making extra tasks for yourself and just like trying to make smaller tasks out of a bigger task, you know? So I can relate to that for sure. You guys, this has been an awesome chat. I love having these conversations that I really think are going to be like, I don't know, motivational or like helpful, something productive. And I want the people who really genuinely like my content, or subscribe to my channel, support me, to ignore the trolls in the chat. Like, I'm trying to do, it's a little hard sometimes to read through them because they be going hard. I'm like, sometimes it's hard for me to believe that it's actually human beings, because I'm like, what human being can just like, I'm like, it has to be a bot or something. But just ignore them. I'm gonna work on it. But if I'm gonna be going live, like, it's just something that comes with it. And I want us to continue having these amazing conversations and really supporting each other and talking about positive things. Like, let's really vibrate high, honestly. Like, I want to do more of these. I want to continue to be doing these live streams. And if there's anything that you guys would like me to talk about or you have questions about, please put it in the comments, because I would love to do a live stream based off of something you guys are interested in me talking about. Because I do kind of struggle just a little bit with thinking like, okay, what topics would they like me to talk about? Because all of these are very personal lifestyle type of conversations. So anything you guys would like to learn about me, or something you like to discuss, something that you've experienced recently you want to talk about, like, let me know and we can definitely do a live stream about it. So I'm going to read these last few chats and then get up out of here. But again, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button if you want to follow along with me. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and hit the notification bell if you want to stay tuned for the next video I put out. Okay, let me see. Paul Turrell says, do you believe that reading and study can be considered productive? 100%. I've been reading a lot. I am reading, I'll show you guys currently this book, Pachinko. It's about like Korean, Japanese history during the war and stuff. I'm almost done with it, as you can see. I'm almost done. I've read plenty of books. I feel like it's super productive to read, because anything where you're, excuse me, y'all, hold on, disrespecting my book. Anything where you're like investing in yourself, in your education, like your mental health, all of those are productive. So me, I read, and I also do language studies for Thai and Chinese. I feel like those are two things that I have to put time towards, even though it may not be making me money right now, or it may not be solving any of my day-to-day, issues. Like, I think it's extremely productive to read, and I encourage more people to read. And even if it's not books, you can do ebooks, you can listen to them read to you. So for sure, reading is productive. And research too. So Maya says research is definitely productive. Just learning is productive, in my opinion. Candace Callan says, I'm curious to learn more about the geography of Bangkok. I chose Bang Phlat, but I honestly don't know where it is. You're welcome, Paul Terrell. I would have to look up Bang Phlat on the map. I'm not 100% sure where it is, but my recommendations is just Google map of Thailand, zoom in, look around, look at where the different areas are, get kind of like an idea for it, and you'll be fine. It's an amazing country. It's very well, what's the word? There's great transportation, so no matter where you chose to be, I'm sure you'll be fine, and you'll be able to visit a lot of other areas in the country as well. So just take a look at the map. John Noah says, love your content, Bria. As a person planning to move to Thailand, I find your nomad chats very helpful. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I'm glad my content is helpful to you, especially because you're planning to move to Thailand. And also, I want this content to be helpful just to anybody out there, you know, like who is a nomad, wants to move around, whether it's to Thailand or to some other country. But hopefully, I will see you on the road out here at some point when you move to Thailand. Sumia says, how long did it take you to actually follow a routine? How long did it take me to stick to the routine? Probably like a good month of me just like sticking to it. And I've fallen off so many times. I'm off my routine right now. I'm actually trying to get back onto it. It's not perfect. You're going to fall off. You're going to get back on. You're going to have good weeks. You're going to have rough times. Like, the whole point is just to get back at it. Get back at it and be disciplined. Like, it's not to be perfect, you know? Paul Terrell says, can I spam my YouTube? What is that? Do I need to block you? Let me know. Oh my God. I'm about to get out of here, y'all. I'm terrified. So Mia says, because I see picking up something, actually doing it consistently is hard. Like, one thing took me a year for it to be a natural flow. Yeah, doing anything new is difficult, but I have heard that starting a new habit can take, 21 days or something. I don't know how true that is, but for me, like I said, it took about a month for me to get used to like doing something regularly, and that for me was Pilates. Like, I've always done Pilates, but I never did it like consistently. And then when I chose to do it consistently for like 2-3 weeks, it got so easy to the point where I was like, oh, this can be like my regular life. So I would recommend just sticking to something for at least like 3 weeks to a month straight, and then seeing how you feel after that, seeing if it's easier for you to stick to it. Oh, Candace Counts says it means he wants to advertise his channel. I mean, I'm just not going to say anything. I'm just not going to say anything. Sometimes that's best. All right, y'all. This has been a great conversation. I'm really about to get up out of here because I've been scarred from these live streams. By the time the end of this month, after me going live every day, I'm going to be like so used to this. But right now, I've been scarred. I'm like, half the people be people I really want to talk to, and half the people I'll be like, what? Like, I don't even know what's happening. I'm still trying to get used to it. And I love you guys, though. Thank you for just being in my live stream. I appreciate it. Listening to me run my mouth a little bit. But let me know if there's something specific you guys want to talk about for the next one in the comment section. I'm going to get back to all of y'all. And until the next time we speak, I'm up out of here, y'all. So you know what that is. Have a good night, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Bye.